On this episode of the Best BBQ Show, we speak with Johnny Joseph and some of the guys from B&B Charcoal, Christina Fitzgerald, a new team member, Travis Magee, the maker and owner of M Growth, and Joey Machado, head of marketing and one of the most interesting guys in barbecue. You'll see him at most events, handing out B&B Charcoal and just enjoying the scene. I hope you enjoy this episode, and we'll see you on Monday with more from the Best BBQ Show.
I'm here with the man with the most SCA rings at the Showdown, Mr. Johnny Joseph. How you doing?
Hey, fine. How you doing?
Why don't you show your rings to the camera there real quick? You got 3 points championships.
Right.
What's it like being the most seasoned guy at the party?
Oh, it's a blessing to be here with all these good folks. The Steak Cookoff world is really taking off. This is starting our 6th year with SCA. And I can remember back when there was only 5 shows a year across the United States to compete steaks at. That was before SCA come along and Brett and Ken decided to take it to a level that it's where we're at now. And we're nowhere close to being topped out. I mean, not even a smidget.
How do you feel about the steaks you cooked today?
Oh, the Snake River steaks are awesome. Some of the best meat we cooked in a long time, but they were great. I appreciate Brooke and Brad for going out there getting a good cut of meat for everybody.
And do you feel like it was kind of threw people off because usually the steaks aren't quite as that thick and marbled?
Well, I'm sure the thickness had a little bit to do with the doneness on a lot of people, but I think we handled it pretty well.
And you're a big fan of the PK grills, huh?
Oh yeah. I got to have a great shout out to PK Grills. They've been with me. That originated back in Nashville at the MBBQA when PK come aboard, and they have been one heck of a team player for the Blowing Smoke Grillers, Johnny Joseph, and I can't say enough about PK Grills. If you want a grill to last, to pass down from generation to generation, get you a cast aluminum grill, and it is awesome.
And you like the way it holds heat, or what exactly do you love about them?
Holds heat. It'll hold the heat. You'll buy one, and that's all you'll have to ever buy. Which now I've got several, but I can't help it. I love grills, but I've got several. A 1957 Dutchess. I got a rectangular square executive. I got just almost every one they make we found here, there, and everywhere. But I'm gonna tell you, this 360, it's the top of the line.
You happy about your portable kitchen?
Oh yeah. That portable kitchen, it's the top of the line. So wherever this is coming from, if you ever want a PK grill, I'll tell you what, if you'll go to pkgrills.com and tell them Johnny 10, put Johnny 10 in there, and that'll get you a 10% discount.
There you go, 10% discount code from Johnny Joseph.
Yep.
So have you been going around? You tasting anyone's steaks? What do you think about the competition here?
I really don't go around tasting steaks. They'll bring them to me and ask me what I think about them and stuff. I try not to do that, but I try to give them they ask me and I tell them.
Well, and back at the NBBQA, we got a little video of you cooking with Daddy-O.
Oh yeah.
And you're kind of the guy that's known for cooking lots of steaks. How'd you end up getting into steak to begin with?
Oh, back 25 years ago, I worked at a hazardous waste facility, and the plant manager, we cooked steaks for everybody's birthday at the plant, we always was cooking steaks. And that's kind of funny about what you asked about that, because we have tried everything under the sun, from pineapple juice to you name it, to break that meat down, to make it tender. And you hear people talk about they're trying this and they trying that, and I just look at them, I said, that don't work. I done been there and done that. So that's why I'm doing these classes. I'm doing a lot of classes now. I'm trying to help build a sport, to help people where they can not get discouraged. You know, it took me 20-something years to get where I'm at now, but, you know, these classes, when you can take a class, get the basics, I'll give you all my tricks, trays, no big deal. I'd love to help. I got people that come to me every day and say, Johnny, ever since I left your class, I've been placing in top 10. And that means a lot to me.
Amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Well, and so this is a new event. There's a ton of new events this year for the SCA. What do you think is, you're probably part of the flood of new people, but, why do you think everyone's so excited to cook steaks?
Well, the reason why it's so to cook steaks, you show up with a grill, a tent, and a little bit of seasoning, and that's it. They give you the steaks. Entry fee is $150. Travel expense, maybe one night, maybe a lot of times you don't even have to have a motel. You can drive back to home. But it costs less, and it's an even playing field. It's not who has the biggest pocketbook, it's who has the most skills to cook a steak.
And so the price of entry, the amount of gear you need, it's not like a big barbecue event where you have to bring a whole bunch of stuff. You need a fridge, you need a kitchen. You can really just cook with a table and a PK grill. That's
it. That's all you need, and enjoy yourself. You'll practice once a week, maybe twice a week. I still practice, and I've been doing it for a long time, but I practiced this week because it's been a while since I cooked one. But I mean, you got to stay tuned up. You just not can leave it laying around on any sport and think you're going to jump right back into it.
Well, and that's the cool thing about cooking steaks is when you practice, you get to eat a steak.
That's correct. I mean, that is the top of the line. If you look at the World Food Show, the last 2 years have been steak winners at the World Food Show. So that means something. And they got, 10 different categories in that.
Yeah. From
hamburgers to chili to seafood to whatever it is. But steaks has been taking the last 2 honors, which is, I'm going to have to say it's due to the SCA bringing it to the top of the level.
There you go.
And
shout out
World
to the
Food,
SCA.
Yeah, and the World Food welcomed us in to give us a venue to play. We got to compete for our first time this year, and we loved it. It's a whole different deal. You cook your regular steak, you make it in the top 10, and then you go into that kitchen. That's pretty neat.
Tell us more about it.
Well, I mean, you go in the kitchen where you cook. You got a gas grill. You got all this time. You got a certain amount of time you got to do all this in. And every few minutes they're hollering, you got 45 minutes. Next thing you know, you're down to 5 minutes, 2 minutes. When we set our plates down on the table, I think we ended up, Brian Lewis and my wife and I, we had maybe 10, 15 seconds left to go. It'll catch up with you, but it's pretty neat. It's a good deal, and enjoyed going to it.
Well, all of our fans are backyard cookers. They work in restaurants. A lot of them are Texas, slow and low barbecuers. What's your message to the enthusiasts out there?
Hey, first thing you got to do is get you a good piece of meat. Don't buy that cheap stuff. Get you a good cut of meat. Season it up like you want it. Get out in the backyard. Get your grill. Sear it off and enjoy yourself. And if anything I can ever do to help you, I got a website coming out. It's about 2 weeks out. I got Johnny Joe's Steak Rub will be out in about 2 weeks. All this is coming together for me that I'm really excited about. So
you use social media, Instagram, any of that stuff?
Yes, sir, all that. Facebook. So just look me up.
Yeah.
Message me.
I'll link it, don't worry.
Yep. And hey, I'll be glad to answer any questions you got. I turn nobody away, and I'm not feeding you a line of BS.
Yeah, well, that's the beauty of the barbecue family is that people are happy to help. People are happy to help others grow because we're all kind of challenging ourselves as much as each other.
Right. And if we don't help bring the ones that are beginners up, the sport will die. So we got to continue helping each other and doing that.
Seasoned words of wisdom from Johnny Joseph. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm here at the B&B tent. Travis Magee, M Grills. How's it going?
Hello, hello. Fantastic.
You've been mostly shooting today? Not too much cooking?
No, that's what I do. I come out to these events and I bring my camera and I just like to shoot content. Put it on our YouTube page, social media. I like to give kind of our people, because I'm just like everybody else who if you're not around this environment, I like to give people a little inside look from my point of view of, like when I was blown away coming to all these steak cook-offs and I knew nothing about this stuff when I started even making grills. That was not, I kind of, when we met with Poncho and Lefty and we started making grills, but yeah, just trying now to capture all this, to show people, to bring more people into this whole SCA, man, it's amazing.
Yeah, and the kids queue was pretty interesting. Watching all those kids
awesome.
cook.
Yep.
Next time you gotta give a grill over there. Get a kid using one of your grills.
Yeah, I hope he wins. But if not, it's just.
Oh, you got a kid over there using one of your grills already?
No. That was kids queue that just asked if I had a couple of those C4s or a C4 that one of the kids could use. Man, absolutely. That's what they're there for. Use them.
Those C4s are legit, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, let me grab one. Tell us about it.
Yeah, well, the C4, that's inspired by an ammo can. So it's 12 gauge steel, so it's much thicker than your ammo box. And it's much thicker. It's got a stainless steel hinge, stainless steel handle. It's just a perfect little all-around grill. So, and we got guys like Dylan Lipe in Chicago who competes in the SCA with that grill, which he's won. He's won 2 or 3 SCA events with that C4 that he's actually modified. He put a guru on it, a fan. So he got that sucker, he can get it really hot, but it was designed just to be a perfect all-around grill. So, that's why there's no air vents in it. So that's the first thing everybody asks. It's like, how was that a grill? There's no air vents. And it's actually by design, because without having air vents, you keep the lid open, keeps the charcoal maintaining at a lower temperature, so you don't get any flare-ups, and you could do chicken and everything else on it without just totally just annihilating your
hibachi
food.
Style it too.
Yeah, exactly. It's a perfect width for doing like little hibachi skewers as well. So you just put your skewers on there and go to town. So
well, technically, you could probably do one of those kind of like how they bury animals when they cook them.
Yeah,
you could just like put a piece of meat in there, shut it, and lock it.
You probably could.
It'd probably stay hot for how long? Probably a few hours.
I don't know. Well, since there's no air vents, that when you shut it off, man, that thing dies the charcoal down almost instantly.
Oh, really?
So you could reuse the same charcoal once you shut the lid and it's all solid welded. That you could reuse the same charcoal for like 3 or 4 or 5 cooks. I do it all the time, and that's why I love that grill, because I'll just go on my patio. I might not have grills or charcoal in my big smokers, B&B Charcoal, by the way. I might not have any in my big smokers or anything in my grills, but I'm like, dang it, I'll open up a C4, and it's still full of charcoal from the last 2 or 3 times I've used it, so heck, I'll fire it up and do burgers for the family of 4. It's perfect.
Yeah, and it's just the perfect size. You can just throw some charcoal in it. You can even keep your steaks in it, walk it down.
Good. And that's what I'll do. I'll keep one in my truck or my Jeep, and then I'll already have charcoal in it. So it's just there. I'll put my little lighter fluid or my little lighter blocks in there, my starters, keep it in there. And so if I'm ever out and we go out to our country, our property, I'll just take it out, grill, put it back in the truck. It's good to go.
Yeah, you do some yakitori on there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We're about to start making stainless steel versions too. So
what's this made out of?
That's 12 gauge mild steel.
Okay.
And so we're toying around. We're kind of playing right now with a 16 gauge stainless, 316 stainless. And once we kind of perfect that, then that will be the new model.
Nice. And is there an advantage to stainless over this?
Yeah, it's just overall stainless. You don't have to paint it. You don't have to paint the stainless, number one. But as far as longevity goes, If it's in the outside elements, it's not going to rust, especially 316 stainless because it's a very high graded stainless.
Yeah.
That's what we're making the M16s out of. It's a 12 gauge 316 stainless, and that's specifically for people in the coast. So if you live on the beach or something like that, and you're worried about your products rusting off, or lower grade stainless just rusting out, then that 316 stainless is going to last forever.
Wow. That's thought ahead, man. You taking some to Corpus Christi or something?
Well, you got to. Well, the thing is, so Big Papa Smokers, he's a big, retailer of ours, and I love Sterling Ball, and he was like, he's got a C4 at his lake house property. He's got a C4 and M16, but so far he hasn't had them for about a year or so. But that saltwater environment has just destroyed the grills pretty much, and then. So he's like, hey, you need to make these out stainless. I'm like, okay. So, of course, I know a lot about stainless, so it's got to be 316. So that's what we're doing now. I was like, hey.
Well, why, of course, you know about stainless?
Well, because we have a metal shop in Mesquite, Texas. So.
Yeah, and what do y'all do? You all don't just make grills there, right?
No, we don't. We're a big machine shop, but we do a lot of big stuff. So we're known for manufacturing big parts. So we do a lot of stuff for the paper mills, the plastic industries, remachining big plastic injection molds, to refinishing huge rollers that go in paper mills, stuff
Nice.
like that. But if the grill business has started off 5 years ago, it's gotten so crazy to where we are now looking for another building to completely separate the grills from the machine shop. So love you guys, man. It's the barbecue business. Love it.
I just keep shaking my head because everyone's walking in front of the camera. Not camera's so small, no one realizes it's there.
Nobody cares about us.
Hey, Joey, Louvier, come join us. We got some more people at the B&B. Oh, what are you running off, Chris? Hiding from the camera. This is TV. Come have a seat. We got Joey Machado with us.
How are you?
You guys can share the mic. Sorry.
You gonna hold it for me? So,
So second steak turn in. How was that?
man, it was good. It was awesome. I'm actually only cooked one steak here. So there was a strategy that I had here. You had an option in the, I guess in the way that they had the flyer set up, you could sign up to cook like one steak and you'd get put in group A, or you could do like the whole meal deal and cook in A and B.
Gotcha.
And so while I went up there to go try to do my, to figure out kind of what was up, I asked one of the head judges, I was like, hey, do you have to cook in A? And he said, you can cook in either one. And I said,
Sold.
Okay. So I decided to go ahead and hold back and cook in Group B because I think there's going to be a better shot in Group B. I may have made a new rule, who knows. But
So what makes you think there's a better chance in Group B than A?
well, I think that I was trying to see if I was trying to think if possibly there was a less amount of people who are going to cook in both divisions. So,
It's the same.
well, and either way,
Hey, it's all strategy. No
Exactly.
matter what we do,
exactly.
Well, I think
it's strategy.
I
Yeah.
honestly think that the people I think B is going to be the harder competition because a lot of people kind of futzed around in A
Correct.
and dropped things and
Well, and that's the deal is I think that it comes back and kind of bites me a little bit because they've already cooked around.
yeah.
And they already know where that steak hit. So we're kind of limping through it and see what happens. But again, like I said, I was trying to maximize my time and not get in a rush. To be real honest, I just didn't want to cook early. I wanted to cook a little bit later in the afternoon.
And these are
That's what we're used to doing at SCAs. We're used to cooking late. So that early turn-in was kind of weird for me.
and these are Snake River Farms Wagyu.
Yeah, and that's another thing it's not a Wagyu, but
It's a
it came from Snake
High
River
Prime
Farms.
or Choice.
So it came from, is this their rancher thing? Yeah, it came from, they actually have another line it's a high-end line. And that's
They
one
were
of the things,
good-looking
too.
steaks.
It's really good-looking steaks.
I talked to every team.
Did you?
Yeah, I talked to at least 3/4 of the team.
Yeah.
And that's the one common deal was steaks were great today.
Yeah. And it's an anomaly because at every event, it depends on the promoter. Sometimes they have fantastic steaks. Sometimes they have not so fantastic steaks. But at the end of the day, as an SCA cook, I go, when I do practice steaks or when me and my son go do practice steaks, I usually try to buy the crappiest steak I can find, because I feel like if I can cook that steak pretty dang good and turn it into something that when I get a really nice steak, all you got to do is baby it. And but again, like I said, I don't like to tie steaks. I don't like to cook hockey pucks. I like to cook pretty natural steaks. We were able to have a pretty nice. We had a good cook.
And these were thicker, bigger steaks than normally you see too.
Yep.
In general, right? There's some big ones.
Yep. So there were some big girls in there. So, but we liked the but we really liked the steak selection. Of course, this event, whenever you get Brad and Brooke involved in anything, it's going to be good
and fun.
Even if it's completely, nobody knows what's going on, it's still going to be fun. But like I said again, this is a great event. When Brad and Brooke speak to the barbecue community, it doesn't matter if it's a steak side, barbecue side, for fundraisers, for anything. People come running. So I had no doubt in my mind that they were not going to have a great turnout at this event.
And just the shed is an iconic spot. We all got to kind of drink, and there was a big crawfish boil last night.
Yep.
Everyone kind of came in here with a little extra energy. The sun came out real hard.
Yep.
And you were cooking on one of these pretty cool M grills that Travis makes over here.
Yes, M grills. For us as Team B&B, that is our grill of choice.
That's all you cook on.
That is Team B&B's official steak cooker. We actually have some of our ambassadors after this point. We still have some that are going to cook on everything, because we do believe that there's room for everybody. Everybody's got something that has been good to them in the past. So we made a decision this past year to switch to M Grill. Travis and I already had a relationship through one of my other brand ambassadors, Rolando, with Poncho and Lefty, and they've had some great success. My son Ty was very excited when we started talking about the M16, because it's the cool factor, and then once we got one, the cooking factor is really what sold me. I mean, potentially you can kind of set this thing, and we've cooked back-to-back 12 ribeyes back-to-back, and first ribeye to the last ribeye was exactly the same. And on some other grills, you have to kind of leave them open and let the temp come back up, and everything else, and these things just cruised.
Well, and y'all are enthusiasts. I mean,
yes.
You've got a couple of people cooking on these M grills, but you've also got half the place cooking on your B&B Charcoal.
Yes, sir.
You got 3 pallets. Everyone keeps coming over trying to buy it from you.
Correct.
And you're just giving it away. Like it's a huge help to some of these guys that came unprepared or forgot something or might have run out.
Well, the way that we started, the company I work for, I'm sales and marketing director for B&B Charcoal. I don't own the company. A lot of people think I do, but I do not. I treat it like my own. But as far as that goes, when I joined the company about almost 2.5 years ago, I was a sponsored team. They sponsored me, and the company's, I've something. And but the thing is this company's been around since 1961. And a lot of people had no clue, until I really just started loading up the truck and literally driving all over the country handing charcoal away. Now there's a lot of people who, see the value in the charcoal. We want people to use the charcoal because it's good.
Yeah.
We don't want people to use the charcoal because it's free. We do have to sell some of this stuff to make some money. But at the end of the day, like I said, we love getting involved. We're partnering with SCA. I do stuff with IBCA. We are enthusiasts. We know how important it is. At the end of the day, I'm not going to get rich off of competition guys. It's my backyard cookers.
Yeah.
And Travis and I both have the same clientele. That's who we need to sell products to, is our backyard guys. And luckily with SCA, your backyard guy can be a comp guy too. So there's not a whole lot of cost involved in to be able to turn out, great product. And SCA is great because all you have to do is bring a grill and charcoal, and you're competing. So
Well, and lucky for you, besides Manhattan, pretty much everyone's got a backyard.
exactly. Even in Manhattan, they cook.
Yeah. I was going to say, I've been to a few cookouts in mostly Brooklyn, but
Oh,
there's a
yeah.
few Manhattan
You got
spots.
some rebels cooking out on the patio.
It's definitely a challenge, but so you guys got briquettes. You've got, I guess you don't have any of the kiln dried. Oh, you got a little bit of the kiln wood
We've
there.
got some. I only brought firewood with me. We didn't really bring any hardwoods over here just because I really
and no
didn't
one's
think
cooking
so.
smokers really there. I think I saw one.
Exactly. And so, yeah, we brought the whole gambit of everything we have. Our lump coal, we have mesquite, hickory, and then, of course, we've got our oak, our charcoal briquettes, and then we have another product called a char log, which is a extruded tube, which is relatively new. A lot of people
And
don't
awesome.
quite understand how to run them, but those things will melt a grill, I guarantee you. And so you have to, a little bit goes a long way on those. But again, we're focusing on education and, really explaining to people how the products work and, and letting people know that we appreciate them using our product. That's the key. Yep.
Yeah, I always liken it. There's people grabbing
Yeah.
bags as we're talking.
That's it.
It was Greg's going to buy it. No, it's free. Take it.
That's
Look at
it.
my faces.
That's it.
I like.
Boom.
Both hands.
I like. I liken it to Binchotan, like that kind of Japanese
Yep.
yakitori. That
Yep.
I bet though a little bit of that competition log in the C4 is just a beast.
We're actually going to do, last year we actually, helped out Aaron with Hot Luck this
Yeah.
past year. And so we had a lot of guys because they sent in some of that bitumen charcoal. And I had a lot of the guys, I was like, dude, I got like a whole pallet of that. It's just not in a box.
Yeah.
They're like, well, this is special. And,
Right.
and then we got a couple of guys, in Austin who rocked that. And they've used those char logs and they're like, dude, that's like the same thing. And it's like cost a fraction of what
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
paying for it. So again, like I said, there's, we definitely believe in all the other brands that are out there. We believe in other products. We know that there's room for everybody.
For sure.
We don't intend on taking everybody's business, but we just want to be able to provide a good, honest product at a great price, and that's it.
Well, I love seeing y'all wherever we go, man.
Well,
It's
good.
the
Well,
B&B
I feel
team's
like we see
legit.
each other quite a bit
Yeah.
here lately, so and that's a good thing.
Yeah, well, I found out we don't live that far from each other in Texas,
No, I just saw you riding your bike downtown Austin
Yeah,
just the other day.
caught me on the bicycle.
Oh, you have to see his bike. He's got a 2-story bike.
Yeah.
It's nuts. And you can see him. He's like above the buses, I think.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of like looking at the people sitting at the highest spot in the bus.
2-story bike.
It's like two bicycles
Don't
welded
tell him
on
he's
top
gonna
of each
build
other.
Is it really?
Yeah. Oh,
Two
dude,
frames.
if you
Yeah.
want
That's
to,
right up my alley.
yo,
That's cool.
I was gonna say it's pretty janky. So if you want to help me make a better one, I'm thinking about getting some electric wheels and
Yeah.
Do that.
set it up.
Well, I tell you, on top of, of course, we're pretty central. We're really close to Austin. We love a lot of these guys. We know all these guys that are doing craft barbecue. I have a lot of those guys who like to use my products. Getting a lot involved with a lot of the festivals. Hot Luck, do a lot of stuff with Aaron. We do stuff with Daniel Vaughn.
Yeah.
And Austin Wine and Food, San Antonio Wine and Food, Houston Wine and Food. The thing for us is we want to be involved with that group of people.
Yeah.
It's important, and like I said, we understand we're growing so big that we can't be everywhere. I want to be, but that's where my brand ambassadors are coming in, and we're grooming a lot of those guys to go out there and do our marketing for us.
Listen, just get like a black velvet box and put some like perfectly chopped char logs in there.
Yeah.
Tie it with like a gold string. Put like Joey in like
Yeah.
gold. Yeah.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
triple the price, and you'll be in all those things.
I
Oh,
know.
I'm using the Machado special.
Exact limited edition. So no, but it's killer. Like I said, the SCI. I do have to say, I believe SCA is the one group that's growing, and will continue to grow.
Oh, there's more events this year than ever, right?
Oh my God! And not only here but overseas, and I mean it's nuts, And but it's a good thing. Like I said, it's anybody can do this, and that's what's really amazing. And anybody can be a winner, So, but
they say the
anyways,
beginners win a lot.
Yeah, they do.
Really?
They do.
You You look happy and unhappy about that.
Well, everybody gets to be a beginner once.
Yeah, exactly.
And and we're happy for the guys who walk in here and just kill it the first time. But again, it depends regionally where you go. There's always the same format of judging, the type of deal. Just because we win first place somewhere else doesn't mean we're going to win first place here. And
For sure.
But that's the that's why they call this competing and not winning.
Yeah.
Everybody comes to compete. Very few come to win.
If you want to go someplace where everyone gets a trophy, you can play other sports.
That's it. Exactly. Not everybody gets a medal.
Yeah.
Some puppies in SCA.
No, not at all.
We got one more of your team here. You want to introduce her?
Yeah, Christina. Come on. I'm gonna stand up real quick. So we have. Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah, here. Move down the couch here.
So we have Christina Fitzgerald.
Hi,
How are you?
doing pretty good.
Did you just turn some stuff in?
I did. I'm feeling pretty confident.
I feel like left out. I don't have a B&B hat on.
You should get one. They're pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I got
All
one
the
at
cool
home.
Kids have them now.
I need the black and white. I have a black and gray one.
Oh, I got you. We got black and white in here. No problem.
I didn't even ask for one. I just stole it.
So you got to rock. We do that a lot. We just do it and then we apologize later.
Yeah, why not,
We
right?
find that a lot easier.
Well, so you're jumping in with B&B. You like competition barbecue? How'd you get into all this?
Yeah, so I graduated. My background in culinary is French. Graduated culinary school and then got into fine dining. And after I did a show called Food Network Star, and I realized that I really need to find something that a culinary identity that I really love, something that I can be not just good at, but the best at or the great at, and I fell in love with barbecue living in the Midwest. And so I just kind of said, well, and anytime I do these competitions, I've been so fortunate. I've been able to go to Australia 3 times for yaks, meat stock, these festivals. And it's such an honor that they want to hear what I have to say about American barbecue. I've gone to Sao Paulo, Brazil for churrascada. It was a bunch of live fire. Oh my God, it was amazing.
We just had Rogerio on the show.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's a cool dude. I've been able to do all of that. And so I've been traveling with some of the best pit masters in the world. And I've been able to, there is no better schooling in barbecue than that. Being able to, have a beer with Big Mo Case and John David Wheeler and, all these awesome guys. They're the godfathers of barbecue, really. And learning about, everybody's kind in barbecue. They really want to see other people do good. I mean, they want to see themselves do the best, but they want to see everybody else that really loves the culture of it to do good. So I've just been able to travel with these guys, soak up all of that knowledge, even, outside of the U.S. And then I fall back on, when we do these ancillary categories, I really fall back on my French background of just good cooking techniques. And so we usually do pretty good in that stuff. So it's been a fun ride, man. Is that what you even asked me? I don't even Did I go off
Well, you
on
got a great
tangent?
story, so
I do.
it's worth listening to.
Well, we actually kind of met at Food Festival.
We did. We met
So
in Memphis.
Q in the Lou.
That's
Well, no.
right. We knew, but I know I met you in Memphis.
Yeah, we
too.
met in Memphis, but like at Q in the Lou was kind of when I had an idea that you wanted to. You were going to go cook at World Foods,
Yeah.
so that's when we kind of hooked up and took the M Grill to St. Louis and started kind of. What did we? How many steaks did we cook that weekend?
Are you counting? I have no idea. We
Well,
made
we
steak tacos.
We
We
cooked
did.
a couple of rolls of ribeye.
Yeah.
But after that, we kind of
Oh yeah,
got
we
together.
did. That was awesome. We
Yeah.
taught a class for like MasterCard or something. It was really fun. It was just like an impromptu thing.
Yeah, it was crazy. But the main thing is like I said, we saw a passion in what Christina does, and like I said, we really wanted to kind of get her involved. And then as we went on to, we got Christina involved with us as one of our ambassadors with B&B, with the knowledge that we were all going to go to World Foods and go cook. And so, of course, my son and I went to go to World Foods. So Christina and Ty got to cook together a little bit.
Ty's
and-
awesome. Ty's the future, the next generation to
He's-
take all of this
yeah.
home. He's a great kid, and boy can cook too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was really exciting to me to really dive into learning about steak because I really was just on the barbecue circuit. And so, I mean, I feel just so fortunate not only to be using M grills, which I believe, you know, I went out and bought a PK grill from Mark Lambert, and was like, all right, I'm gonna figure out this steak thing. And then I was practicing, took my, you know, the skills that I learned and applied it to the M grill, and I was like, wow, that really just took it over the edge. I mean, it's just using better quality things. Like, to me personally, sorry guys out there, but B&B Charcoal is the best. It is. And all of those things combined, when you have the best grill, when you have the best charcoal, when you have the best seasonings, and you have the best team, it just feels really good to be on a winning team.
So you said you did some stuff for MasterCard. What's like the goofiest or weirdest demo or exhibition you've had to do?
Oh man, no, there's been a lot of them. I would say one of the craziest ones I did was with Budweiser, because Anheuser-Busch, as you know, is in St. Louis.
Yeah.
And they did the most American Day. It was for 4th of July. And we broke a Guinness Book World Record of most people grilling at one time.
Wow.
There was like 3,000 grills, and I had to MC the whole thing. They had drones. They had like country singers coming out doing cartwheels. There was fireworks and stuff. And I didn't even know any of that was going to happen because they wanted us to be really shocked. So I'm sitting there and I'm doing the demo on the stage, talking to everybody, and all of a sudden these fireworks go off and everything and I was like, what the heck? Are we being bombed? Like, what's going on? There's been that, and I think churrascadas. Man, if you love barbecue, if you just love meat in general, you got to put that on your bucket list.
That's in Sao Paulo?
It travels around Brazil. They also do one in Amsterdam, which I'm going to be going to. But the one in Brazil is just like, we could never get away with that. And there was charcoal people had taken whole hogs, ground up their sausage, stuffed them, sewed them back up, and then roasted them. They had they had a whole buffalo on a spit, and some guy working the charcoal on the pavement. And the pavement got so hot it started exploding. Charcoal's hitting people in the back. And I was like, in America, this would be a big lawsuit. Yeah. We can't do that. But I guess anything goes there. It was incredible. It was just like really fun. I hope to be asked to go back to that one.
Yeah, it's on our list. And Rogerio was just on. So Mr. Becci is a pretty cool cat.
Yeah, the Brazilians definitely know what they're doing. But people from the Amazon come to cook at churrascada. They got banana leaves and they're doing, some of them come out and they build their cooking vessels out of cinder blocks. There was nothing there the night before, and then you come back and they've just erected this whole, I'm like, where's the smoker at in this place? Like, give me a smoker. We had to find the one guy that had one of the only smokers there to haul it. That's a good video on YouTube. We almost lost it in the middle of the street. But they just, it's a lot of, hot, fast, not a lot of low and slow there, but it is cool.
And you can call yourself an official asador as well.
Yes.
Now that you've done that.
I can.
Just a range of talent.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, our fans, range from people who are cooking in the backyard to people who are cooking in restaurants, and they're, cooking Texas briskets right now. So what's your message out there to the people who are psyched about barbecue and grilling? Man,
barbecue is just such a good way. It is a good way of life. Not only are the people good, the food is the best, the culture of it, whether you're small time, big time, or want to be big time, just indulge yourself and dive into the culture, because you'll learn different things from other people. Everybody's nice, man. The way that I started what I thought I needed to do to present to the judges in the beginning, I don't even know if I remember what I was doing at that time. It's just changed so many times, but there's always something to learn. You can never be the master of all of it. Cool. Sometimes we just get lucky.
Yeah. Barbecue, I think, is definitely knowledge-based. It's, sharing experiences with, your family, or you teaching that one little thing, moving on. And, at the end of the day, it's barbecue family. Doesn't matter if you're cooking a steak or cooking a chicken or cooking a brisket or, just burning stuff in your backyard. It's about sharing those experiences, and, that's what it's about. No one cooks barbecue and they're sad. Everybody's pretty happy when they're cooking barbecue. So if everyone cooked barbecue, everybody'd just be happy. Yeah,
it's the answer to world peace. Barbecue. I would say another thing too is, if you're really trying to get serious, one thing that I did was I went to every single one of the classes for Tuffy Stone. I went and took all of their classes. and just really had, because these guys are, I mean, they love what they do, and they want to teach, they want you to learn how to do it too. They might have one little trick secret they don't tell you, but everybody has their own. But I mean, that's a really good way to get networked with people, because everybody out here helps everybody.
Yeah.
Like, they're all, it's just a big family. So
Whether it's with charcoal, meat, sides,
yeah.
everyone's sharing, everyone's working together, and it's the barbecue family.
Yeah, and if you use a different kind of charcoal, that's fine. Pretty girls will still talk to you, I guess.
It's all right.
To be fair, he had his charcoal sponsorship after we'd already got together.
That's right.
It might have changed things.
Exactly.
That's your husband?
Figure that one out.
Yeah, my boyfriend we're business partners, and we have kids together. He's with the Royal.
I'll bleep that part
I'm
out.
kidding. We all love
Everybody's
each
got
other.
to start somewhere.
I'm going to tell him you said that. I can't wait. He's right over
I think
there.
everybody's going to see that. Anyways, no,
Well-
it's all good. We have love for everybody out there, and like I said,
It's all, we wouldn't, if we really felt that way, we wouldn't have said it. We would
Nah.
be joking about it.
We have fun. He was asking if it was it was like, how are we going to do this with her cooking over here and him cooking over there? I was like, we love it. So at the end of the day, it's somebody's going to walk. We're going to see who had the highest score, and we're going to figure out who won.
As long as somebody wins, we're happy.
Exactly. The nice thing about this is somebody we know is going to win,
Yeah.
and we can be just as happy for them as we are for us. That's cool.
There you go. B&B Charcoal, Christina Fitzgerald, Joey Machado. Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks.
I know you got calls to take.